You're welcome, my very dear sister,
Thank you
Barrister
very much.
Atinuke Dorcas Aderemi. I don't even know which name to call you because I know that there is power in adopting a name for yourself. I know how powerful your name, Dorcas, could mean to you because I know that is what you usually use. But for those of us who have known you for a long time, we also know you as Wonders. And I know that's also a very powerful name. And for me, I think that name Wonder rings a lot of bell and has actually fulfilled so many aspects of your life. But maybe you just want to tell us what is a name that that the different names that you have chosen for yourself has actually done some magnificent things in your life.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, sir. I appreciate the invite. I appreciate the opportunity for being on this platform, and also for having this conversation on a one-on-one with you after a very long time.
Yeah.
I was trying to write a post about this program on my Facebook, and I was about going into the history of how we met. And I thought, this will be a long one. Oh, if I have to write all of that, because it was such an impactful meeting
Yeah.
those years back, and it has remained a very, very fundamental one to
Yeah.
what foundation of who I have become today.
Yeah.
So I sincerely feel elated and honored, to join you in this conversation.
Mm.
So, talking about names, yes, Wonder is one name that has stayed with me forever, and that's far back as 2000. So look at 2000 to 2026, that's 26
Like
years.
6 years, yeah.
And without doubt, just like you have said, it has really manifested in my life. How did I come about Wonder? Of course, it was in an environment where you were at
Yeah.
the time. And in fact, I think you were very primary to me becoming, because I remember
I
it
know
was
I
an
usually
evangelism.
taunt you a lot with that name.
It was an evangelism we went for that year at Agowoye. And I was
Yeah.
interpreting to the cassette that was being used in the vehicle that time. So by the time we were getting back to church, Pastor now asked, who was that person that interpreted? And I was like, It's so you know how to interpret like this, and you have been hiding in the church. You also, this is Wonder. That's how he started calling me Wonder. Everybody started calling me Wonder, and it stayed with me.
Yeah.
And indeed, I've been a wonder unto many, wonder to
Yeah.
myself, because
Yeah.
when God
That's
started
true.
working,
That's true.
such that even at my workplace, when I graduated school, I started working, the name followed me there, and of a
Mm.
natural course, people
Mm.
started calling me, Wonder as well. So somehow I've not been able to do away with that name. So it has stuck. The only
Mm.
thing is that I've not patented it, and I think I should be looking at doing that. Because there's nowhere I've gotten into that the name has not followed me. And yes, name is very, very important. Very,
Mm.
very, whatever you call yourself,
Mm.
the
It
universe
answers to
makes it
you.
answer to
Mm.
you.
Mm.
Somehow,
That's true.
some way. You also begin to work in alignment with that.
Exactly.
You
Exactly.
begin to find that expression of what you call
That-
yourself, or what you
that-
allow yourself to be called.
exactly.
Because you may call yourself something and some people are calling you something else, and you allow it, you
Yeah.
just
It
realize
sticks
that,
with you. Yeah.
just like the Bible says,
Yeah.
whatsoever he called it, that is the name
That
it
is
bears.
what it
So
is. Yeah.
that is how powerful name
Mm.
is. So yes, I have chosen my name deliberately. All the names that I am bearing now deliberately, and that's because by course of life and experience,
Yeah.
I've had to see that you need to maintain what fits the vision and purpose that God
Yeah.
has shown unto you, and that you are walking.
Yeah.
So at the time I dropped my father's name, And he didn't say anything about it because I said, no, that name is not even actually your name. He was also actually already having issues with the name. So while he was not strong enough to say, I said, no problem, don't worry, me, I have cause to even drop it. No, so let me drop it. And Kukuma bear all of my name that is in my birth certificate that I have been called with. And they are very strong, they resonate, and everywhere I've gotten to, it has brought me into the position of leadership. So if I will not go into some scientific means, I think that my name, Atinuke Wonder, is what has stayed with me for a lot.
Thank you very much. You know, there are two of you that a day will barely pass that I will not have a memory of what you have done for me and how much I know that I mean to both of you, and that is you and Titi Akindele. You know, I remember when I shared my desire to go into ministry with a few friends. Obviously, you were one of them. I shared the experience with you and a couple of other friends, and I decided I wanted to have some time just to be praying, just to prepare myself for the ministry. And I could remember in 2003, for a period of 6 weeks or thereabouts, amazingly, you and Titi were always showing up in that prayer. And I couldn't just understand why among every other people, every other friends that I have back then, it was only both of you that showed that belief, that desire, that partnership with me. And to be very sincere, to be very frank, I really appreciated it. And every day of my life, if I turn around and see what God has done in my life today, I always credit that moment to the prayers that you and Titi were always praying together with me, because I know we spent so many hours praying together, and I can tell you practically that the prayer we prayed those days are literally answering in my life. Now, for me, for some years now, I've been reflecting on what it means to have a good life. Because I'm a person that loves to reflect a lot. I love to analyze issues. I love to think on issues very deeply. And one of the things that has fascinated me is the idea of a good life. Of course, it means different things to different people. And for me personally, I have come to a point where I have to analyze it and reanalyze it and actually ask myself if the life that I am pursuing can be called a good life, or an extravagant life, or a life that is even not what you can even give any name. But I just want to understand you. What do you think a good life is, and what does it mean to you?
Thank you, sir. So, like you said, I think one of the core that's our, how will I say it now? Our foundation then has taught us is to be reflective human beings.
Yeah.
I think that's one of the things that the fellowship that we had then, we were not Christians that were baby fed. We were Christians who sat with the Word of God, reviewed, reflected, and so it became part of us. It's just like we heard the Word at those
And we're
times. So,
challenging one another.
yes, so I think that has followed me in life,
Mm,
such that I do not do anything on the surface.
mm,
I am not a surface person. So
mm,
to answer the question of what is a good life, to me, it goes beyond just existing.
mm,
A good life will be a life that is aligned with your purpose. A life where you have discovered yourself.
mm,
You have also discovered the journey you are on.
mm, mm,
And then you have discovered the mission. So that the life you will be living will be tailored
mm,
along, in alignment rather, with
mm,
that journey, with that purpose.
mm,
That is when you will say you are living a good life, because you are not just living, you
mm,
are living purposefully.
mm,
You know that your existence is for a reason.
mm.
And this is not about the general belief and assertion of discover purpose, that has been blown out of proportion
Awesome.
some
Mm.
time now. People just feel that they look for purpose outside of them.
Or
So
they find that goodness in the
in things
abundance of things that they have.
that are outside, yes, and not even within themselves, such that you are in tune with yourself. You are in tune with your maker, so that we don't sound you can tell of yourself that this is who I am, this is why I feel I exist here, these are my strengths, these are my weaknesses I need to work with, and these are the things that I am blessed with to achieve with ease. There's something that people struggle with that you find easy to do. You find yourself flow in alignment with that. That's when you can live a good life. You cannot access a good life with things that are temporal or
Mm,
with things that are not constant. And you are always constant with yourself. You live, you breathe, you do everything with yourself. So until you come into that alignment of purpose with self from within, you
mm,
move out.
mm.
That is how I will assess or say it is the meaning of good life.
Thank you very much. One of the reasons why I think I have to ask this question is because sometimes I see how people try to project good life on social media. They want to show their
Mm.
latest car, they want to show their latest house, they want to show the kind
Mm.
of house they are living.
That's the world we have found ourselves in, very
Yeah, so they want to
materialistic.
show you the kind of jewelries they have, the kind of shoes they are wearing. And the more I kind of see that kind of a thing, then I try to ask myself over and over again, does it mean that I don't really have a good understanding of what good life is, or is it just because these people just felt this is how a good life is? Because there are other people out there who are not as fortunate as some of them may be.
Mm.
Some of them may not have experienced people like you and I, who does not necessarily define goodness of life through what you have, through your possessions, but by just living truly and authentically to yourself and to your purpose in life. So I'm just wondering, and I think that is the reason why I wanted to find out what your opinion is uh, concerning that question. So for those people who don't understand the value of their goodness and being at peace with themselves, what do you think? What advice would you give to such people so that they will not be depressed, they will not be oppressed by people who demonstrate the goodness of life by what they have?
You know, like I said, you have to be in alignment with yourself.
Mm,
It's a basic to any goodness that you can experience in life.
mm,
When you are, constant with yourself,
mm,
it wouldn't matter if somebody is, sharing their cars,
mm,
their houses, their, new achievements and all of that. If you are in alignment with yourself, you
mm,
will not feel envy, you will not feel depressed, you will not feel pressured, you
mm,
will not, because you know your journey,
mm.
you know yourself. And I
And your
think
journey is peculiar to
it's
you.
peculiar to you. So, and I think that is fundamental and basic, even to not only a good life, to be a happy human being.
Mm,
Right? Because if you look at what social media is dishing out, a lot of people, instead of being motivated and encouraged, some people get themselves depressed.
mm,
It puts them under unnecessary pressure.
mm.
And that is because they are yet to get to the core of themselves.
Itself.
I could be online and see whatever, and you're just genuinely happy for people that, oh, congratulations, you got it. It does
Yeah.
not mean that because I don't have that car or that house
Mm.
or that jewelry or that
I
cloth,
do
I
not
am
measure up.
lesser.
Mm,
I am lesser in position, in place, or in society. No,
mm,
myself, my journey is peculiar to me. There are a lot of other things that I may have that the person does not have. And there's, in fact, when you come in alignment with yourself, you will find comparison there. It will become hard for you to compare yourself with another person because you will just be so peculiar to yourself. You
mm,
are in your own world. You
mm,
understand where God is taking you to. You
mm,
understand where you are headed to. So I mean, nothing online can pressurize me. I
mm,
mean, in all my life, in actual fact, I was discussing with one of us, those shogo, that some of these people that are shouting online, they don't even have the level of results that God has helped us to achieve. But because they can make noise now, people will follow them. So we're discussing that in 2026, shouldn't we go and learn how we are also going to be making noise?
mm,
So that people will know that, see, we have what is authentic.
mm,
All these people that are making noise, they have not even achieved 50% of what we have been able to achieve in business structure, in growth, in investment. So I said it's not in our culture. Perhaps how we grew up, we were not brought up in that manner to noise. Noiseless breakthrough is what we usually hear
yeah.
at those times. So yes, a lot of things may happen, but what will guarantee for you, or what everybody, and I want to advise for everybody that will be listening to us, is that please find it in yourself to be in alignment with yourself. Sit with yourself, discover yourself, sort a lot of things out with yourself. When you are able to achieve that, every other thing will be second. You would realize that you'll be moving in alignment, and things will just be happening. I have experienced this a lot, and so it is such a valid tool that I share with people because I have seen it work over and over again. That even when I want to step out from what is, my purpose, I want to step out of alignment, I realize that's when I struggle.
Mm,
That's when I will now be pushing, be stressing. But once I push myself back, that
mm,
see, there's nobody has called relay for you. Don't go and pressurize yourself unnecessarily. I just fall back, and then things begin to align up. And you are wondering that, what did I do?
mm,
What did I do? And it just happens like that. So my advice would be that for anybody, what you see on social media, people do not post their shortcomings of social media. And a lot of what they even call success, some of them are false, some of them are fabricated. Even in this age of AI, you don't even know what is true and what is real. So really, that's another thing to say, that you cannot put how your life will be good into the competition of what is going on around you. It has to be what is going on within you, because that is what is certain, that is what is constant, that is what you are in alignment with. Anything going on outside of you, around you, is subject to change. You may not even be able to say whether it is real. These days, when you are watching AI video, it takes knowledge now for you to be able to prepare that this is
not the difference.
Yeah. Because if you just look at it on face value, you believe that it is true. However, it is not. So really, it has to be that you have reached a grounding and set level with what is within you, what is happening within you. When you are able to do that, every other thing will fall in line.
Thank you very much. Another question that I also feel I should ask you is regarding the meaning of life. But before you answer that question, I want to lay some background. I know after we finished from the university, everybody went their ways. And then obviously on your wedding day, I was there to celebrate with you. And after that, things were just flowing. And then I moved to the US. We had a moment of interaction. Then I shut myself totally off from social media so that I could concentrate on my studies. And then maybe in between that, I saw that you went into a moment of crisis, and you actually posted a picture that I felt, oh, my sister has really gone through some difficult moments. Me seeing that picture, I knew that some major life-defining moment has taken place in your life. And so looking at that picture and my own understanding, that trying to understand what life meant to me or to any other person sometimes can be very elusive, can just be you trying to chase your shadow, because trying to understand what is the meaning of life itself, it's something that is beyond us, because you think you know it, you may think you understand it, and then something very nasty happens to you, and then you begin to question
that reality.
You begin to question that thing. Now, relating that to that experience you had, although I don't have the details, I don't know the details, and if you are not comfortable about sharing it, that's okay by me. But I just want you to speak to that understanding based on that experience. What has that experience taught you about the meaning of life?
Thank you very much. Yeah, so that's been years apart, so I can talk about it now. I have I've healed, I've walked through that part, and God has helped me. So just like you said, you think you know life until it throws you a jab that makes you question, what knowledge do you even think that you have? And I think that if I would say now, I think everybody needs at some point in time in their life to have an experience that will help them to see life and the truthfulness of the knowledge that you claim to have. We can say scriptures of earth. We can even have lived with scriptures all our lives. But Yoruba people will say, and I'm sorry, I'm going to interpret that.
Yeah.
Oh, ṣẹlẹ̀ sí mi. Oh, ṣe mí. ó yàtọ̀ sí wípé mo gbọ́ ìtàn èèyàn kan, meaning that I have the experience is different from I read the experience. And having the experience brings you into a lot of new perspective. Very, very different perspective about life, about God, you know. So that experience, that is what it dealt with me. I believe that I did everything right. You know, waited, prayed, followed all due process, quote and unquote, to have a very peaceful marriage and all of that. And true to it, for about 3 years into the marriage, everything was okay. Until about the 4th year, of course, the fruit of the womb was not coming, and so the pressure started from family and all of that. Now, because I was a Bible-believing, faith-centered person, I didn't even think of medicals. I just keep believing that, you know, our own child will come according to God's purpose, plan, and desire for us. But when the pressure came, you know, and we now had to board and start medicals and all of that, and it was discovered, a lot happened that I wasn't even the one with the issue. It was my partner then. And true to it, upon the discovery, I wasn't even giving up. I was so faith-centered. I just believe that if I had God on this from the beginning, there was really nothing He could not do. However, where the shift came, which actually now brought me into, I think, the lesson what God wanted me to see or learn about life, about what life means, about how, you know, you journey with God, about how you cannot box God. He can choose to do something in a different way. Yes, you have a result that you desire at the end of the day, but God has a way that He wants to get there, not the way that you feel should be the way to get there. So I was believing despite medical reports, because of course we have heard testimonies upon testimony, how God has changed people's story. So, I mean, you can imagine being in a faith-based organization for about 12 years before that. So nothing would really move you, because it's like, what have we not heard? What have we not seen? However,
what has not God done?
What has God not done? You know, so the shift came where my partner now budged into a higher pressure that led into a lot of betrayals, that led into a lot of spiritual manipulations. And so there it started buzzing, danger, danger, danger. In actual fact, it was close to, it was life-threatening, because the camel that broke the back, I mean, the incident that broke the back of the camel left me in coma. I woke up in the hospital to see myself. So at that point, I just knew that, okay, this was the drawing line. And of course, that threw me into an abyss of heartbrokenness, depression, pain, disappointment, and then the agony of crying, God, where are you? I can imagine. I mean, that was the season where I could feel what Jesus Christ felt when He said, why are thou forsaking me? You know, it was a moment where I felt, God, why? Why? I mean, why are thou? I felt forsaken at that time. But one of the things that helped me was that I found out that I did not have an alternative. I remember all these incidents. My mom and my dad, despite what was going on, were still believing, praying, going to mountains to pray for somebody who had betrayed us, smeared us, said all manner of lies. And I'm like, you people, I actually had to go walk into my granddad at the time and said, see, if you have any power, this is where you should use it.
Mm.
If you have power, whether spiritual or whether any power, all these are going that you use every morning. Is there no power that can answer for us now? Why do I have to go into this? And he said to me, agbára Ọlọ́run wà, ṣùgbọ́n àwa kọ́ la máa kọ́ bó ṣe máa lò ó. So he said, meaning that, yeah, God, the power of God is existence, but we are not the one that will teach him how he was going to use it. So that left me to sit with myself while they were also sitting with their faith. So I also sat with myself, and that was a defining season and moment in my life. I questioned everything I knew, and God was there all the way to answer my question. I wrote a book about 40 because I was nearing that age when the incident happened. So every of my discovery and experience of God at that time, I put it in that book. And center there is that when we give our lives to Christ, what God requires of us is a surrendered life.
A surrendered life. That's absolutely correct.
You know, one of the things he said to me is that if you are dead in Christ, right? Be dead in me. Your life is in me. I will do as I wish with it. Yeah, it may not be convenient by the standard of the world. Because I quite question that again. Is it not, you said in your word, you do not like divorce. You do not like, okay, this is where all of this is tilting to. How do we marry the scripture and the reality of what is happening at this time? And he said, that's not a burden for me to bear. That's not a burden for me to bear. Would I rather come home now because I don't want the stigma to stay with me when he, the owner of life, you understand, has not decided to take it? So it was a journey, for more than 2 years. For more than 2 years, I was taking it one day at a time. For the very first year, yes, I shut down totally because I needed to get a redirection of everything, because that went to the root of everything I'd ever known, believed, and lived for, teached, and everything. So it went to the root of it. So it was not like the carpet was swept over me, but I sat through it. And again, I thank God for leaders who understood that, see, it is not every time that we are able to define God.
Yeah.
I remember Pastor Akonde then was telling me that, see, sometimes God does not make sense. In fact, in every time, it does not make sense.
Yeah.
Because it will not fit our own definition
of intelligence, of understanding.
He said to me that everything that has happened now, you and I, if we keep reviewing it from now till, I will also say as your pastor, this ought not to happen. There's no reason why this thing should go. But look at everything. So at the point where we are unable with our intelligence to give explanation, what we need to do is to surrender. And in any ways, that is what he has been asking of us from the beginning. A life that is surrendered, such that is the one who determines, who decides, who gives the go-ahead. And in answer to your question, that is the meaning of life for me. I have lived a surrendered life since that time. Before I make any decision, and it always shows in what I post online. I think I'm one of the people who lives as an open book online, because I want people to know that you can actually live a real life. You don't need to live
you don't need to live a life that is scripted. by the
You don't
society.
exactly. You don't need to live Nollywood or Hollywood life. You can actually live life, and then people
And it
see
will be authentic.
it to be authentic.
Yeah.
So that was the explanation for it at the time. And while he had requested of me not to take any decision and everything, I mean, not any legal steps as it were. So I waited all through. That was 20, what year was that? 2014, 2015. The incident happened 2014, 2015 because I lost my sister. In fact, it was such a tragic year for me. I wrote about it in that book. 2014 was a year too many. Took my senior sister. So my parents even went into further pain because my sister died. They were in the process of managing my own situation. So we lost my sister again, just mysteriously, unexplained. She just came back from US. She was fine. Nothing was wrong with her. So it was a year that God demanded a lot from our family. Let me say it like that. And so we just gave up everything. So we lived 2015 in the reality, in the wake of it, why things will happen like this, despite faith, despite believing in God, despite not adding anything. My father was called to come and do a lot of things that, I said, no, I've known God. This is the only way I know. This is what I've given to them. It is at this age will I now be saying that, let me go and be doing this and let me go and be doing that. But we thank God that we lived. I mean, I waited from that 2014 until 2018. 2018, 2019. So that was about 5 years before I moved on to anything. So yes, in answer to that question, the meaning of life is that God requires of us. I think everything that matters is to live a surrender life. You really cannot box God. God's plans and purposes are established by Him alone. When we say things like, you know my end from the beginning, we just say it with mouth. If you look at the depth of it,
the in-betweens.
it's really, really deep. Because indeed, He's the one who knows the end. So He's the one that will take you through all the calls, all the corners, you don't know them. So if you don't, how many things can you actually plan for
Exactly.
that you do not know the way, the route, the anything? So you just have to live a surrendered life. That is what you give your life a meaning.
Thank you very much. Personally, I think I have found life to be mysterious.
Yes.
Life is a mystery. And occasionally, sometimes we think we can unravel that mystery. And sometimes we try our best. Sometimes some explanation will come to us depending on the situation we are at that particular point in time. And we think maybe we have got it. We know what life is. But when you really encounter life in a manner that you have described, you will discover that all those knowledge that you think you have about life does not really.
It's for a season.
It's for a season. Those knowledge are only for that season that you are going through at that particular point. And for me, I think we cannot really understand the meaning of life. No, I can bet you nobody in this world can understand the meaning of life.
In totality, no.
The best solution you can have is for you to find meaning in what you are going through at that moment. That is where that meaning can come from. What am I going through? Where can I find my liberty in the midst, my peace, my serenity, my tranquility? Where is that emerging for me in this crisis that I'm going through? And I think that is what you have found. And I'm very, very happy for you. Personally, I didn't hear any story anywhere. And the picture you shared spoke volume to me. And I know that this, my precious sister, has really gone through difficult times. But I want to appreciate God because you've been able to come out stronger. you've been able to find your own footing, and then you've been able to continue with your journey in life with more understanding, deeper insights, and with grace, you are now living your life. So in trying to round up that section of our conversation, so how did we deal with life when we have an existential crisis like the one you have just mentioned? How do we deal with life?
Just go back to God. Oh. You don't have an alternative. When you have an essential crisis, sincerely, I mean, that's what I did.
Yeah, you go back
there
to
was no alternative.
Yeah.
Even if it becomes a crisis that may eventually need medical attention,
Yeah.
you need to be able to first of all understand the crisis. Until you do so, you don't know what to administer, what medication to administer. You need to know what's wrong with you first, then know what is the best.
Know what to prescribe. You have to diagnose the problem before you administer the solution.
And it is only the owner of life that can help you.
Exactly.
In that situation. When you are in a situation where nothing makes sense, where you yourself cannot give a definition. I tell people when I talk about life, I've had my experiences, and by the reason of my practice, I've listened to people share their life experience with me, that I have also been dumbfounded with my level of knowledge and experience. Like, okay, what then is remaining in all
life to understand
that still made this result to come out this way? At that point, I always just say that to them, Madam, Mr., do you believe in God? What do you believe in? What gives your life essence? You may have to go back to that thing or that point where your life gets essence, so that you can be able to explain this, because by human knowledge, human understanding, human experience, human expertise, every training, all indices that has been explained is supposed to get to a particular result. Now, you have done all of those and we are not getting to that result. It means that something somewhere is wrong. And another thing that makes me know that it is God or that it is a power. I said to people who don't believe God, that I immediately that, well, maybe if you don't believe God, what I just know is that there is a hand, there is a power behind this world that is ordering things. I have seen it in real, even in my business. The experience is much that tells me that there is a hand, there is something somewhere that is in charge of this. So if you don't believe in God, somehow, I just know that there is a God that administers this world. So when you find yourself in crisis like this, brethren, friends that come across this video, please, you need to go back to God, who is the owner of life, that I believe, or to whatever gives you essence. When you get to that point or to that thing, you are able to get meaning to what you are going through. And from there, you are able to get the proper prescription of what to do. Those periods, my instruction was to lay low. And I did that consistently for 4 years. No relationship, no friendship, no running to anyone.
Just to discover yourself.
Just to quietly walking with God and just going to work, doing my profession and all of that. And indeed, I found out the reason why God had to secure me for those number of years. Because by the time I was stepping out of that season, The breakthrough was beyond my power, my plan, my decision, or anything. I knew that this indeed is the hand of God. He actually had all of these things planned out. So life will throw you curveballs. And I think that even if you have not had, ask God to allow you to go through that season. I think one of the things he asks to you is not like,
People are always scared to ask for some.
no, it's important though.
But whether we like it, it's going to come. It's
So
going
we
to come.
it or desire that God sees me through and through. Let us know where there is a balance in this thing. I just don't want to be speaking by way of mouth. Let me experience all of these things of a truth. By the time you pass through that, you will come out a refiner's fire. When you are talking, it is not, you know what you're talking about. You are convinced beyond doubt of what you're talking about because you have proof. It's not like you just read it somewhere that you can say authentically that, see, this one, it is me that it happens to. This is the record of how it went. So that's my, when you have crisis, when you have life defining crisis, you need to find God in it. That's the only, you need to find God in it. It's the only one that can give meaning to that crisis, that situation, that period of your life, such that it won't be wasted. So that by the time you come out on the other side, you do understand the reason why you have to go through that period.
Thank you very much. I think your response has been very insightful, and I know it's going to help a lot of people. On your birthday, which was January 6th, right? January 6th, you made a post. I will say that the post you made that day was one of the most reflective posts I have ever encountered in my life. Very deep, very rich, and I can say it's a post of victory. It's a post that has kind of exonerated you to say, whatever may have happened in your life, this is the victory that I'm giving to you as a token for whatever you might have gone through. I have seen you become a very distinct. I have seen you become somebody who is very objective. I have seen you become somebody who is very insightful in the way you address issue, and truly speaking, it can only come, those level of understanding of life can only come to those who have actually encountered life. If you have not really encountered life is very simple to explain. But when you truly encounter life, you will discover that all the classroom definition of life that you is not going to take you anywhere. Now, there is an assertion that I came across, which was made by genetic scientists. This scientist says if you have 3 billion brothers and sisters that were born by the same parents, let's assume your father and your mother gave birth to 3 billion children. These genetic scientists, that none of them will look like you, will be exactly like you. Well, they may have some resemblance, but none of them will be exactly like you. So which means each and every one of us, we are unique.
Distinct.
We are distinct. We are different. We are peculiar. And what I have seen you do is that you have elevated that peculiarity, that distinctiveness that you have. You have elevated it to a point that you are now proud of yourself. And I think in one of those posts that you made, I also affirmed the fact that, my sister, I know this is what you have done. And I appreciate God that in the midst of all this, you have decided to choose yourself. You know, sometimes it might look like it's a selfish choice to make, but come to think of it, the Bible even says we should love your neighbor as yourself, not more than yourself. So I just want you to help us understand how you were able to come to that point whereby you are able to accept yourself for who you are, for what you represent, and for what you do. You know, because a lot of people are struggling with this.
Yes, 2025 was a defining year for me. And that's why, for me to be able to enter 2026, I needed to, it became clear without doubt that this life is for the parts that I feel that I was struggling with, that, there was no other path for it. This is what God has chosen for me. And so I came to a point of acceptance. And I'm going to explain. I've gone through a lot of life-defining moments, so small, because I feel that, when God has a high on you, when you try to go, it will push you back.
Yeah.
So he has oftentimes done that pushback for me when I try to go on my own voyage and be like, no, you are not meant for that journey. This is your journey. So on every of such occasion, and it is not out of disobedience, it's out of, wanting to, I don't want to use the word measure up, but, wanting to follow what culture and society feels that, when you are this age, you are supposed to have done this. When you are this age, so you are now beginning to look at it that, before they say that, you are in this age, go and do this. So, I will just say, okay, yeah, let me also try. And at every point in time I step out of order, I have this pushback that you are not ready yet, you are not true yet, so, and it's always very, very, very defining. I've been building a business since 2017-18. And so, a number of opportunities, challenges, growth, and all of that. And about 2024, I felt that God was pushing me into government, fora, doors were opening, and I began to think that this position is for one to take. And so I started working with the people that were movers and shakers. And I practiced a lot. Don't worry, you get this. Me too, I had work to justify whatever was going to be given to me. So it's not even by way of dash. I had worked. So if they bring certificate, being proof that you are even entitled to this or that we should give you this, I have. However, because I know the society where I belong to, that it will not matter whether you work.
Man was no man.
You don't know or roll with the right people, work will go to waste. So I started, but at the very last stage, the daughter of God was God orchestrated it by himself. Now I know, because because if it wasn't that God orchestrated this, perhaps what we are saying now is not what we have been saying. So God orchestrated a push out, a brutal one at that. Almost wiped out everything I have used 8-9 years to build. In fact, when I say almost wiped out, that's the word. The things that were left are things that I had rooted in other people. But the things I was holding to that were centered around me, no, everything. But where God showed me that I'm the one driving your life, I'm the one that will tell you what and when to do what, was that, sir, while I was going through that, who or what was mentioning my name in places where I myself I was trying to find myself in a state. And God was mentioning me in international places. I did not lobby. I did not write a letter. I did not even, in fact, it was after about 2 years that I knew who even gave my name as a reference, because I did not know. The call would just come, the email would just land. In fact, one email had been in my box for about a week that I did not even know that they had written to me from the United Nations. I did not know. I was going through what I felt was a breakdown. That was death, and all of these places were not in my plan, vision, but I was not thinking about it. It was not in anywhere within my plan. Now, it was that same year that those recognitions came. So it became a fearful experience for me. Despite the fact that I've experienced God before 2025, 2025 was a different dimension. Sir, my office was closed down. My license was almost withdrawn, but for favor. From somebody I did not even know. So when those things started coming, Koyemi, and so I just kept saying, God, I don't know what you are doing, but I know you are the one doing this. But whatever you are doing, I just surrender. And forever, I would never in my life, never in my life take any step if I do not feel aligned. I will never follow cultural pressure, peer pressure, societal pressure. No. I am ready to wait because I have come to see that it's what you have in plan. It's not in my plan. But God, who knows the end, who knows his plan, started working his plan. So my birthday this year, I celebrated it in awe of God. I celebrated in awe of God, and I celebrated it in total victory because from this point, no, I would be a disgraceful child to say I want to do. I mean, it's not even possible. Because living that year, what God himself has orchestrated down for this year. No. So I knew that I've gotten to a precipice in the journey of my life that maybe sometimes I haven't asked, am I spiritual? Being vast in the scripture is different from being spiritual. That God will take you to some realm of, prophetic discoveries that you'll be wondering, everything we do is read scripture, be able to attach scripture to one thing, but God shows you, tells you in details that this is what I want to do. This is what I want to do. You just have to wait. It's going to be my plan. I remember, when Moses said that God was here, Abihu said it, that God was here, and I did not know it. That was how Jacob said it. That was how I lived 2025. How can God be so interested in my life in this manner? And I will be oblivious of it, and I'll be running for the things that are now on my table for consideration are beyond the things I want to give up my work for. I don't know if you understand me.
Yeah.
The things God has now placed on my table. I have 2 countries that have invited me to come and help them refurbish a whole sector. I special advisor that I want to become to a state court.
Those are the mysteries you cannot understand with God. This is what God is doing in your life. And now when you now relate it to what has happened previously in your life, then you now be wondering, God, why did you allow this very horrible situation? And then this good time is also coming. Why can't it just be good? Why does it have to be that the goodness has to be preceded by life-defining crisis?
That's a level again that I am beginning to, which I've gotten to. Almost okay, I got to the place of fear of God, knowing that anytime anything happens, He has a plan.
Yeah.
You just have to surrender. If you struggle against the time,
it's
going to be to your own detriment.
Disadvantage, exactly.
It's to your own disadvantage. And it establishes again my belief that God is working behind the scenes. He owns this life. He owns this life. That's what we are. So He owns your life. He has the blueprint. He has the plan. Whatever experience you are going through is part of the plan. He will walk it around. That destination, that end of glory, He will take you there. You will not be the one to decide whether you want to use 40 years. You want to use
get there, or you
by reason of your surrenderedness.
Yeah, exactly.
By reason of your surrenderedness. Yes. Or if you feel that you have more knowledge, because again, what God has done for me is that business that I thought I was doing with my knowledge, acumen, I've gone to Lagos Business School, I've done things, I've done that, so I'm using my knowledge. God just see that, okay, that knowledge, I'm going to make a shame of it. And let you know that this one, I'm going to beat it. And so, yeah, He took it. But the same Viam, He took it. He Viam again. And then
with more superior outcome.
When with His work, just built it back. Offers started coming beyond. My investors, I sent the message to explain to them, this is what we're going through in 2025. And I was expecting maybe everybody will share. Is Google not what's it called? Is capital-based investment. So not anything. Your boats are there. If you don't, but right about now, we can't work. All my channels are shut down. Water essential everywhere. We can't operate. We can't. The one that we're forcing to operate, they were just getting damaged. So I had to say, shut down. And in the midst of it, those ones, they just say, no problem. Whatever happens, just keep us informed. And that was it. And by the time the first offer was going to come, what was supposed to be arrears of returns that I was supposed to pay came along with that offer. When I started sending people money, they were like, have you started work? They were not even expecting their returns. I'm like, don't worry, let me be doing this as it is coming to my mind like that. So, sir, I'm in a very fearful season of my life. And that is all of God. When I mean fearful, I mean
I understand. Yeah.
Humbling me. It's really humbling me by His show of power, His show of
that is God for you. Yeah.
that, you see, it is me or nothing else. I am the one that is in charge of it. So my bed, they're very quiet, but I knew that I've shifted in season, I've shifted all around, even spiritually. Levels have changed beyond my own, the things that the Holy Spirit discusses with me now. It's not that I understand the scripture, all those prophets and all of that. God cannot be working with you in this manner, and you would not be afraid of God. You would be afraid, because you never can tell what dimension it is going to be next. So when they say, is it Boy Scout that say live ready? Yeah, I'm just ready. When he
They're
says
ready.
go, we just go, because I know that there's a plan. So there's no need for me to understand. Go, go, go. And we go.
No.
Write a letter to this. I just write it. And I see what happened next. I'm like, oh wow, oh wow. And I'm like, oh wow, oh wow, oh wow. So
I think
led
it
my
was
and it was such a defining moment again. Did I lose people? Yes. But those that were to work in alignment, it was just like God was doing a reordering.
yeah, a reordering.
Put this
Yeah,
person to the back, put this
yeah,
person here.
yeah.
It just reordered. So yeah, while I
You
lost people,
shuffled everything.
exactly, I didn't really lose them. God just put them in the place where they belong.
Yeah,
Put the right people in,
yeah.
and everything works like that. My mom said something that I would think she birthday, but wow. Ẹ ṣáà ti ń rí ọ̀run, ẹ ṣáà ní ṣáájú wa lọ. I said, no, it's not about that. But the things I'm espoused to right now, by the reason of God opening my eyes, no. It's fearful. It's fearful. And I thank God for that truth.
Yeah.
Because one gets to that point that you need it totally. And that explains what you said, that you see, your experience and knowledge about life is per season.
Yeah.
What you are going through,
yeah.
but you need to learn about it. God gives you that knowledge for that season. Once it shifts your season, it opens you up
to be a different ball game. It's a different ball game. Thank you very much. I know you are living, you are prepared and living ready for anything that comes now. And I think it was Zig Ziglar that says, when opportunity comes, it is too late to prepare. So, so all those experiences are just a preparation to the opportunities that are coming now. Now, I know you've delved a little bit into how you ventured into GT, Global Alliance Business Startup. I know I don't really have the whole details of what you are doing at GT, but I know definitely you are involved with water, you are involved with parks, is it water parks, and then maybe some
water
other estates, transportation.
Yes,
so I know you are involved in all of that. And I know there could be potential people who are listening to us who may want to be part of what you are doing. I just want you to kind of enlighten us about what is going on with GT Global Alliance. What are you guys up to in that space? What are you doing? How do you want the society to connect with you and be a business partner with you?
Thank you very much, sir. I remember when I was reviewing, when we're preparing, I would quickly want to talk about starting up a business in Nigeria. When I have that opportunity, I always like to explain. Nigeria is a market that sincerely, God helping you, understanding the terrain is a good place for a business to thrive.
If you understand the terrain.
Sir?
I said, if you understand the terrain.
Understand the terrain. I started out what we now have as GT Global Alliance Group, as I started out as a cooperative. And the cooperative started out with thrift contribution, what we call a job from our office. So of course we're all monthly salary earners. So everybody wants to do one thing or the other. So we form ourselves into group of 10, group of 12, depending.
Even those of us in the US, that's the way we survive too.
So everybody, each person packs per month, you go and use it for something targeted, not just anything. You want to buy land, you go and buy land. You want to fix your, so it's such a, so that's how we started. And being a legal practitioner, we just felt that this thing that we are doing, let's do cooperative now. It's easier. You will have legal backing. In matter of fact, we can even be putting money aside to do business. And so from there to be making, so it was just a general discussion, but I took it on like, okay, let me do findings about how we could register a cooperative. At the time I was in Abuja. So, and then FCT is also a terrain that government benefits, first of all, opens faster to people in the FCT than before every other state will hear it. So if government comes out with a policy, with a benefit or something, people within the FCT already have knowledge before. And so if they quickly key into it, they quickly make benefits and take advantage of it before it gets to other states. So yes, that helped at the time. At that time, the Ministry of Commerce, was giving grants to people to come and open cooperative because they wanted to build that cooperative economy, right? That people have cooperative, the community growth will be there, economy. So they were encouraging people. So that was at the time when we, got into it. And that was in 2016. So yes, we registered and we were given a grant. I think that was 200,000 at that time. 1 million like that. So we're all like, so free money. So this thing is good like this. Why didn't we have registered since, we finished since 2008. We have done this thing since now. So we registered, we got a 200,000 naira grant. What did we use, myself, Shola, what did we use that 200,000 naira to do at the time? We're now buying, what's this mail material in Abuja at the time. So we're buying it and sending it down to the West, for people to buy. We're making money. So that was what we were using the 200,000 to do. Eventually, work scattered us. I had to relocate to Lagos. Some other friends know. So all of us in that office at the time, we just spread out. But we kept with the thrift contribution.
Okay.
With it, and I was in the middle of it, so I was one coordinating. I was the one. So by the time I'd moved to Lagos, I moved to an organization that was maritime based, and then I moved to the Ikorodu part of Lagos State. So it requires me to be moving on the water to my workplace. So that was what even introduced me to our very first business, which is water transportation. Because I just saw that it's easy to go in less than 30 minutes. I was already at my workplace. If anybody who knows Apapa at that time, that's where my workplace is, knows that there's no way you could drive into Apapa. Because at that time, the trailers that were going to the, what's it called? To the shore to get fuel. So it was just a jam-packed area. The only same place for you to get entrance was via the waterways, which was what I was using. And I did this for about 2 years before I said, there was always not enough boats to pick us. So maybe at that time, it was about 3 or 4 boats. It will go, it will wait, it will come, it will go, it will. So I started making findings that what does it cost to make this? I was even thinking like, okay, like having a boat, like a car, like a personal car, so that I can have my own personal.
I'll be driving yourself to work.
if I can't drive myself, I'll know that anytime I get to the jetty, my driver on my boat is ready to, to pick me. I won't have to queue. So they told me, and at that time, everything was about 2 million. So when I took my own my contribution that year, I just said, oh yeah, more like I wanted to buy a car. I said, oh yeah, I wanted to buy a boat. Do boat for me so that I'm not going to be waiting. Once I get here, you take me, you wait for me, you bring me back. So I wasn't looking at the business
aspect
side of it. So I got every, although I asked about the business area, but I wasn't keen. I was more like about getting to work conveniently and all of that because I was at a management level at my workplace. So I just felt the comfort was necessary for my work. So they did get me that boat. And my captain at the time was the one who said, anytime I take, instead of waiting, why can't I use it to go and bring passenger? At least that one will be surviving for the fuel. So you don't have to be paying fuel money. So the money from the passenger will be
covering
the fuel. So I was like, okay, that's a good one. At least it saves money in my pocket. That was it for me. So I said, okay, fine. Only for me to discover that for about 3 months, the guy was making a hell of the money. He changed his apartment, married a new wife. All from. So when the news got to me, so I was like, who told you that me too? I can't have another source of income. We have to change this thing. So I got into the business part, made inquiries, find out how much he was making per day. At that time, he was making about 15,000 to 20,000 naira per day. So he would tell me that everything is for fuel. Me too, I will see that other scholar. Long and short, I changed the old Serene and then started delivering money to me. So in about 8 months, thereabout, I was able to realize the money that was used to purchase the boat and everything. So I said, wow, this is a good business. Why not? So I went back to my committee of friends that were doing the contribution for the CEO.
An opportunity here.
But this is a business. The one that I bought, I've paid it off. I'm not enjoying. If you're interested, you are not nice. How can you do this? So everybody said, oh yeah, put money together. And we got another boat. Made our second boat. Later, our boss heard that boat owners. Now said, you people, you don't have business. Discover something like that. You don't go in, you colonize the place.
Exactly.
You get there and colonize it so that even the people that you met there, they run away. Anybody that will come, that was my first business lesson. Then you colonize it. Go and find out how much you can get 5 boats. You get 5 boats by next month. That's how my boss, in motivating us, gave us the first, I think at that time, everything for us to get 5 boats, we spent about close to 10 million. So he gave us 5 million. So go and colonize the place. That's how
exactly.
You don't know. Once you get somewhere, take over. When they see that you come with a force, they know that these people. So essentially, that's how we got into this water line. So I needed to take excuse, go to Lagos Business School and go and learn.
And do small MBA.
Then I will do business. So I'm not going to be using my law idea. I think that it was easy when it was only my own. I know when you give me my money, you buy where, and I was talking it back. But this one now is something larger, investment involved. I needed to. So I took the lessons, I took everything, and it was more like the market was waiting for me. I happened to be the first and up till now the only female.
Mm.
It was not a structured market at the time, but because I was educated, I'm educated.
Mm.
So I started to introduce structure. I started to meet with government to see that this is a market that can be structured. Lagos State is about 33% water. It's impossible for that body of water to be left alone without, gaining revenue there. So we brought in governments, we developed policies together. That's why I said if you understand the terrain, because I was the one who developed the policy. So there's nobody that can do anything behind me. So I became a center that both the passenger and government rallied to. So I was the one who said this is a market. So I was the one who said this is how to make money for the market. I was the one who determined this is what the market will be paying to the government. This is what we are expecting for the government. Even though there was a government parastatal that was supposed to do that, but because they were not in the system, they don't know how to operate it. So with my own maritime knowledge and business
so they have to depend on your knowledge.
So in fact, I started making money again, because when they now started asking me for this, I said, oh God, you will pay. So they use the allocation. So you do consultation. I'm an operator that regulates me, but I'm consulting for you. So
exactly.
You have to pay me. So like that, started growing, started having government support also, because they saw that we were introducing more structure into that informal sector, and they were receptive because it was putting Lagos State on a good face in the global water village. So
I know you even did one water race recently.
That one is success. We are I was talking of those days when the Drogba would not even look at Lagos Lagoon. So when we have built it up to the level that it is now, that they could come and have that, and that's the very first in Africa.
Yeah.
Wow. We are coming again this year because they couldn't believe that vast body of lagoon existed in Lagos.
Lagos, wow.
And we are not even maximizing it beyond just that transportation.
Wow.
So a lot is going on now. That's one of the things that God did that I said in 2025. Because
that's amazing.
We brought 12 countries to Nigeria for the first time. For the first time. And the way they fell in love with Lagos waters, we that apply the water every day began to wonder that
have they transferred another water to this place?
But because they have never seen, or even all the places that they've been having the events, right? They are man-made bodies of water created, for the event. But this one is so natural. The banks of the lagoon, except that the fact that they are now some feelings, it keeps expanding and expanding and expanding. So when they saw that this one is not one that can be so, in fact, the one they used, we have to put dumbbells. So if we put it this night, if they want to do the race the next morning, they have to go and do it again because the water will have shifted. Will have shifted. So they kept looking at, why are we not giving attention? In fact, they were the ones who brought our attention. That see, the banks of your water daily expand. That these dumbbells explains to them, because international community, everything is by figures, by calculation. So they've calculated that the race boat will move at a particular speed. So they marked everything on the water. But before they do the race, by the time we get there,
it has shifted.
So what I'm saying in essence is that that's how we grew to what has become GT, Waterline and GT Global Alliance today. Because by the help of what we have received, I cannot talk but mention God, because sincerely, He's the center of everything. Sincerely. So I'm not trying to be, because people will think that you're trying to be Christianese. It's not like me trying to. It's not like me trying to be Christianese. It's just that is my story.
That is the way it is for you.
That is my story. For me, that is my story. Because everybody that has been a partner to what we have become today, sincerely, I have not chased any, sir. That's why on my Facebook, I don't just do anyhow. I am very, very careful and intentional about the things I do there, because the very first major investment that I was going to get, a 20 million naira investment that I was going to get into that business, aside from what my boss did for us when we were starting off, and we paid off. We paid my boss back the 5. He didn't take interest, which was good for us, but we paid back the 5 million, and we paid it in 1 month, I mean, in 1 year, 3 months. But that we had an outside investor, he came from Facebook, of somebody who said all he did was to follow me and everything I posted online about that business for complete 1 year. I have the chat he sent to me in that 2020, that I have followed you for 1 year and I am interested in investing in your business. When he said I should meet him up, I even thought, even if another 5 million, at least that will get another boat.
Another boat.
May of 2020, just before we got into COVID. We met at a restaurant in VI. I remember there was traffic safe. I had to come down from the Uber and take bike. Because there was traffic, and the person that I'm going to meet I've not met before, and he gave me a time I didn't want to, mess up.
Opportunity,
So when I got there, he said, I was trying to now pitch again that, I said, no. I've listened to, I've followed you, that there's nothing else you want to say.
You can tell me,
that I have even ran a check on your license. So he said, if we do 20 million, what will you do? I first of all froze. This is somebody I do not know from Adam. I do not know. We have not met before. Prior to his message to invite me, he had not even said hello. Just following everything I've been posting about the business, about everything. So I said, if you give me 20 million, you will be setting fire in my tail. He said to do that, and he just moved.
You will overrun the entire city.
That was what happened. Sir, I wrote about it on Facebook. It's there. That was what happened. So that's why I'm not trying to be Christianist, because if there is no hand of God in that, how will somebody just look at me and give me 20 million? Somebody that I do not know. He does not know my family. He didn't say somebody introduced me to him. He didn't say he has gone to find out about my family. No. He only said, I still have that chat. That I followed everything you said for 1 year, and I run a check on your license, and I am ready to partner with you. And that was what happened. So when I said that, it's God. God built everything that is GT Global Alliance till today.
For him be all the
When we started the bottled water section, somebody was selling off, was moving his family to Canada. The factory, everything set up there. I wasn't looking to go into the business. I still have the water line that I'm developing and running my legal career, my law practice. So I was not looking to go into another business. However, he wanted to sell the factory. So he came seeking legal advice that how does he sell the factory? Anyways, he has timeline to leave the country with his family. Since I'm a legal practitioner, he was going to do a power of attorney so that I can hold it. And if I get any buyer, I have this power of attorney to sell the property. And that was how the factory was handed over to me. I didn't pay 1 naira. So I looked at it. We waited for about 8 months. I didn't get anybody to come and say, you want to buy. So I just put a call through to him that, see, you still have from what your workers have been trying to say to me, you still have customer base, you still have, why don't we run
this business?
This business, but let's change it. I also will not support all this nylon water. I can't do it. But why don't we think of, having an hospitality base, supply. We supply to hotels, supply to airlines, so that those are our customers. We already know. And so we produce for them. And he said to me, if I can do it, why not? But that is not coming back into the country, so it's left for me to run. Sir, that was what gave birth to GT Table Water today. How do I explain that? And leave God out.
These are some of the things we are saying. Look at how the whole thing panned out. An inexplicable crisis, moment of crisis, then followed by another level of inexplicable dimension of breakthroughs that you cannot even put your finger that this is what I did to have been able to hand this.
We are going into a major project now, so that I can invite investors.
Yeah.
Invest in GT Water.
I would love to partner with you in some.
You are in a good investment, because we are plugged into the center of Lagos State plan. One thing I have realized in my years of doing business is that when you partner with the government, you are on the line of progress. It's not possible that governments will do any policy that will affect them. Every government policy,
because they are also going to gain some returns from it.
Exactly. So you are in the center together with the center of excellence, which is Lagos State. And that's what God has helped us to do. That today, by the help of God, we are on the table. Anything that has to do with Lagos Lagoon, we are represented on the table of its decision. And year 27, there's a vision 2030 for Lagos State to develop the lagoon. What a lot of people know about Lagos are the beaches. And the beaches are on the high water. They are not on Lagos Lagoon. So Vision 2030 is for Lagos State to develop the waterfront, the lagoon waterfront. And God has placed us in the middle of that, because we are concessionaires for Lagos State for 3 of its jetties, which surrounds the lagoon. The lagoon has 35 certified jetties. We are managing 3 for Lagos State. And we are expanding one of it to be the very first premier water park on Lagos Lagoon. And the Lagos State government is partnering with us because it's a premier project, which is going to now be the board, the signpost for other investors that may want to do something like that. So that is our project for 2026. And we have started. We are not at the thinking stage. We have passed that. Proposals approved. Survey approved. In actual fact, what we are waiting for is for the people that are, we have riverine people who live on the waterfront.
Yeah.
And because I understand law, so I said, let's give them 90 days so that they can move away from that portion of the water that we want to use, so that we can be able to have. So that's the point where we are now. So we have preliminary, how will I call it, works already going. And we have a target date by October 1st, 2026. We are opening to the public. So we're going to have GT Water Park. It's going to be a waterfront park for children, for family relaxation, and for adults, where you don't have to move from the mainland to go to the island or the ICs to go and have water fun. You can actually have everything that is water fun on the lagoon. Water splashes, relaxation and center, mid pool for adults. All of this we are coming up with at the Lagos waterfront, which is majority part of which is at Ikorodu. So we are open to partnership. We have every Friday, we run an investors roundtable, and that is going to run all throughout January. And it is run every Friday, 11 p.m. on Google Meet. What we do is to share our vision, share pictorial evidence of where we conceived the idea and where we are now, and what we seek from the public, and what we intend to offer back in return for your investment. And people have often asked, on what basis are we raising investment? Again, don't forget, we are a cooperative. And as a cooperative organization, we can do businesses and raise investments for businesses amongst our community. So that is our basis. Yes, our businesses pay tax, but the cooperative does not pay tax because we are not profit making. But our business do make profit, which comes back as return. Yes, which comes back as return and profit to members that are partners. And so we do pay tax. So talk about legal structure, talk about regulatory compliance, talk about government policy support. We are in the center of Lagos plans. So we welcome partnership, both in equity partnership, both in interested level. The minimum is 1 million naira, and your return and other benefits will be in an agreement that is, that will be agreed with.
Definitely, we will have some conversation after this.
Get to that. Thank you very much. I hope I'm not taking time more.
No, you're not taking time. It's absolutely all right. I know people listening can also learn one or two things and can actually even benefit from what you're sharing. Now, so I want you to share with us. I know you've gained some experience. You even said you went to Lagos Business School to also do your MBA. So I just want to, if we are talking about a startup business owner, you can clearly be identified as one. So your experience as a business startup owner, what has it taught you about being a leader? What has that taught you about leadership?
So I'll just take the leadership aspect, because I think I've spoken about startup.
Yes.
But now running the business itself and gaining leadership skills as a business owner. One of the things that has helped me grow is because I'm a self-starter. And you need that as a business owner in Nigeria. You have to be carrying the load of your business before anybody will support you. So and so that brings us to self-leadership. As a business owner, as a startup, there has to be self-leadership. Such that when you have a vision, when you have a dream, when you have a plan, you are at the forefront of action. Once you are able to achieve that,
you are leading in front. You are not leading from behind.
So it's a baseline. When you start off from there, it helps. Because I remember one of the reasons why I think I have remained the only female in this sector in Lagos State and by the grace of God, West Africa, is because I don't just roll out, how will I call it, plans. When I roll out plans, I roll out action, and to do on the to-do list, I'm taking about 50% of to-do. Now, don't get me wrong, there's a place of delegation. But you have to be at the front of doing. That is when the people that are delegating to becomes responsible, because they know if deadlines are not met, Madam will do her thing. And so your space will be useless, because what I ask, so what are you doing? If I have to do what I pay you to do by myself, meet up my deadline by myself, then you're not justifying your employment. So that puts my workers on their toes. Second thing is that knowledge of your business, you cannot stop learning about your business. Every business is not the same. Every business, and because I deal in different sectors now, it makes me understand. In our real estate sector, we had a crisis some time ago because we were trying to use the formula that we're using in transportation for real estate, which cannot work. So we ran into crisis. Yes, we had land. It wasn't as if there are people like they say they buy land, they don't give them. No. We had land already purchased from family, and then so the papers, and then I think one of the things again is because I don't want to use perfectionist, but I'm very methodic. I like to do things one after the other and accordingly because I don't want to miss out on things. I don't know whether that's a leadership skill again, you know.
It is. You are being pragmatic. You are
I'm
detailed oriented.
I'm very, very much. I don't rush anything. Yeah. Particularly when it comes to business, and I think I gained that from my legal profession because we have to read a lot.
Yeah.
So if you do not read a case, you cannot know. So it takes me sometimes 20 hours to read and review a matter before I even go to court or before I even file anything about it. So I brought that into my business.
Yes.
I don't rush. I don't rush anything. Documentations, following through with government parastatals in getting your licenses, your approvals, and everything. They are important to me. And that is because Nigeria, they quickly say, maybe you call yourself lawyer. And I don't like the sound of that in my ears because that's already saying that, are you not supposed to know? So why did you do this? So because I don't want that, I always give myself to detail so that people will not say, maybe you say you are a lawyer. Before they begin to question what I used almost 10 years to gain from Musi. So that helps me a lot. So when we got into that crisis at the real estate, I realized that, okay, I need to go and understudy how to manage real estate investments, which is different from water transportation. People bought land, I promised them returns, but their land was there. We weren't doing anything with it. They were not building. The person that was farming was just so that they could help us keep the possession. So where they intend to be getting returns, you know, to pay them. So I had to stop sale at that time. A very large expanse of land. We bought about, at that time it has increased now. At that time we bought about 1,000 hectares. Now we have expanded because we now have built in that place. We have 2 cottages and 1 estate coming up. So I had to shut down at the time to go and understudy a friend who was doing real estate majorly. And I realized that I don't have strength in that real estate in that real estate area. I have strength in understanding operational based investment. That is, there is cash flow every day. Real estate does not have that. However, God now helped me that this you are going to do it. So we now got into the Airbnb part of it. So now it now helps me to work the same structure of operations with it. So I said that to say that to develop leadership skill as a business owner, knowledge is non-negotiable.
It's non-negotiable.
You must continue to learn. In 2024, I had, because I need to brush up, I had to enroll at the National Transportation Institute. So that again, I can, you know, brush up my understanding of transportation management and business. So knowledge is continuous.
Mm.
That is number 2. Number 1 is you should be a self-starter. Number 2 is that knowledge is important. Number 3, be given to details if you do not want to run into problem.
Mm.
And part of giving to details is that as a leader, as a business leader or business startup, you must be able to have an overview of all of your business.
Mm.
People ask me today, how do you do all of these things?
Mm.
Because I've put reporting system into all of the businesses.
Mm.
So I must receive a report daily. Even if I do not have time to go to it that same day, the report is there waiting for me.
Mm.
So when I have table time, I can open up and see what they did at the different stations.
Mm.
Now, this also helps you to gather data. So you are able to know when things are going rightly or when things are going wrongly, because wherever there is people process, there's bound to be some issues.
Yeah.
So what that reporting system helps to see is once there is a shake to the structure or to the plan, it will show in the data that comes back to you. So you are able to question. So, but if you are not giving to details, how do you know that? If because you make money every day, yeah, I want to deposit to host the bank and you just go, you won't know when you are losing. You won't know when the business is running at a loss. Yes, cash flow will be coming, but the question is, are you doing business of a truth? So as a leader, you need to be giving to details. You need to give attention to details. You can't be busier than your systems. You can't be busier than your structure. And you have to put structure in place. One of our station presently, they are short-staffed. We are still trying to get the staff. But the people there are surprised when they see me come to the operation place to actually get involved in the operation. So one of them wanted to be telling me that, so in Kotaman, I set what you were doing before, so you don't need to teach me. I was the one who drew up how this will run. So if I come here, if you said don't come to work tomorrow, we will not close this place down. So again, that takes me to that. You have to be involved in your business. So if you are doing startup and business in Nigeria, you can't do business by proxy and succeed. No. You can invest, but that you are the business owner.
Somebody has to be doing the business for you.
If you invest, but that's somebody used to say that the reason why Atinuke is something is because our eyes is in everything. My eyes is in everything.
Yeah, it has to be.
Everything. Because that's the way in Nigeria to run business until we get to a society that is accepting, right, of structure, of responsibility. But even when you put structure in your business,
people will want to undermine it.
Not responsible. That responsibility is not in their core. No matter how you train them, they will still want to frustrate things for you.
Exactly.
And finally, as a business leader, please retain the power to hire and fire. Don't be apologetic about it. If you allow any seed of discord, of loss, if you allow it to grow, you will not know when it has
theft.
Or theft. You will not know when it has gained root. While you are still saying manage your worker, talk to them, they have finished you. I have a friend who opened a supermarket and was, just doing you'll give the worker, they are going home in pack, what's it called? groceries for them, give them this. I said, madam, you know you are doing like this. What is the gain? I mean, what we see in this place, that your workers will be going on maybe every weekend. I think they will pack groceries that is almost like that if this business is this lucrative, maybe we should also start that they won't steal, so that they won't do this. The business is no more today. The supermarket is closed up because the people that she thought won't steal were taking to open their own store. One was even taking online orders directed to her and delivering from the Oga shop. So you have to be involved. Your eyes has to be everywhere. Make use of cameras. If I have time on days when I feel that, okay, I need to slow down, I need to relax, I have cameras at all my jetties. So I can sit down and see what they are doing. All of our boats has trackers. So if you go where I'm supposed to go, it's already recorded. You must put in place everything that will enhance the business.
Business to thrive.
You have to. It is not luxury. Right? It is safeguarding your business. It is securing your business so that you will not be running at a loss and think that you are doing business.
Thank you very much. I know you've said so much about some of the greatest leadership lessons you have learned as a business owner and operator. I know some people must be inspiring you. There must be some people somewhere who daily provides inspiration for you, that is making you to wake up every day and to want to do what you are doing. So maybe you want to help us to know some of those people that have inspired you, that continues to inspire you to wake up every day, to think about our waterways, to think about how to expand GT Global Alliance. That is just firing you up on a daily basis to be who you are today. Who are those people?
Yeah. What has kept me in this sector, or maybe I should say one, God, two, that two people. Madam Ibukun Awoshika is one.
Okay.
And then my boss, Olisagbakoba SM. Those two people has kept me in this terrain. Madam Ibukun Awoshika, because she has shown to me that being a woman shouldn't be should not limit you at any terrain. She built her first business when she was in her 20s. She scaled it. She sat on board as the first female. So, I mean, I am in her classes, I follow her through, just to gain the energy of achievement from her. That being a woman is nothing should scare you.
Not a limitation.
Don't be limited. Don't feel because it's only men that you meet with all the time. Don't feel isolated. She tells me that often. That nobody is joining you in this business. That's what she said. I have not seen anybody. It's only me on my head. There's a purpose. It's going to become global soon. Just be there. Just be there. And that she encourages me a lot. And my boss, more like, I can't afford to disappoint him. He was the one who put my feet on maritime. And he's the one again who pushed me into family and says, see, this one is a calling for you. Maritime is business, but family is a calling. You do it easily.
We're going to get there too.
So he was the one who said, go and start this thing. It's not in existence. You will make a name. So it's been a force. It pushes me a lot. He pushes
That's
me to
wonderful.
believe in myself. He discovers, you know, my strengths.
Mm,
Even when I'm not looking, when I'm just doing my things, it draws my attention to it that, don't you see that you do this thing differently from, don't you see this, don't you see that? So those two people and God on my side, no, they have been very, very, I wake up and always want to do, in fact, I run a lot of things by them. When I call my boss and say, this is what we want to do again, say, you have done it already, I know you. I know it's a done deal. Just let me know where we are coming in. That's how he talks. And so when somebody talks to you like that, you are like, you can't afford to mess up. And then you're saying that, man, I'm thinking of this. Don't think, act on it. Once it stays on your mind for too long, there's a purpose, act on it. Don't let it slip away. Act on it. Take the first step, no matter what. Go and take license. Go and apply. Go and do this. Even if they don't give you, let your application be on record. The day will come when they will say that somebody applied for this thing before. They want to do this. So those are where I get my encouragement from. People that God has helped me to be closest. And I have contemporaries too, who are in other areas that also encourage me, that I look at, I'm like, yes, we are getting somewhere together. In the likes of Dr. Shogo. Shogo has been a very, very, very good friend and a coach. I mean, this is somebody that, I can send a message to at 2 a.m. and say, think along with me. Let me know. Let me know what you think about. Let me know what you view about this. And it's my critique also. He comes back with critics and say, no, why do you want to do this? So while I'm looking at positive, I have somebody who makes me feel that, what if it does not work? Have you thought about this? So
at least that gives you a little of balanced view about what you want to
so
do.
he plays the devil's advocate for me a lot, and that has also helped me a lot. So that I don't have friends really, except my friends still remain the people you know.
Yeah.
Funnily so, they still remain the people you know.
Because the foundation that brought all of us together
So
must
they
must
still
be
remain
orchestrated by God.
they still remain my friends. So those are still my friends. I don't have any special friend anywhere. So when I talk to them, those are my prayer band people. So this is saying, have you prayed about it? Let us pray. God will make it easy if the hand of God is in it. So those are my inner circle that we still rapport together. So, and God has given me aligned business partners as well. We bring ideas before them, they're excited about it. They encourage that, you have not disappointed us. So we'll look at how to do this in the likes of Akinyoju. They've brought investors by their own experience, people who have invested with me for 5 years, 6 years running, and we have not had any cause to disappoint or regret. So they send people to me and just say, well, this my friend say he has 5 million. We're going to go send. They say, whatever you can help him to do with it, whatever you can help her to do with it. So that's how God just, send people our way, my way, and it has been, enjoyed. And I thank God, because God has not allowed me at any point in time, to have any chaos. I was looking at Facebook and I saw me having 14 years ago post. I'm like, seriously? Nobody has had a reason to call me out in this 14 years on this app. That, oh my God, because some people, they've not started business up to whatever. Everything has scattered. Noise about them here and there. So I bless God, because He has just blessed me the right people. Me need chaotic and no chaotic set of people around me. And maybe because the way we move, the environment I found or created around myself, I don't have any person around me. So there's really no how anything can happen. So those are the people that encourage me, and how I've moved on.
That's amazing. Now, I know you've mentioned something about family. What did you call it now?
Family law.
Family law. I know there was one interview you did. I don't know if it is recent or maybe
Yes,
some
it's
few
different.
years. Is it recent?
Yes, BBC.
with BBC, Yoruba, BBC.
Yeah.
Well, I wasn't surprised that you could do that in Yoruba because, of course, I've always known you to be an interpreter in the church, and your Yoruba are always very impeccable when you interpret with some ajasa occasionally, with some ajasa occasionally, which is always very, very wonderful to hear. And I'm also thinking when I saw that interview, just like your boss said, this is a calling for you. And honestly speaking, that is the way I also see it, because it is one area that I have personally witnessed people suffer a lot, particularly in southwestern Nigeria and Nigeria. I have seen people thrown out of their matrimonial home and not having somebody to defend them, not having somebody to speak up for them, and they themselves not even knowing what is their right and what they can do in such situation. I have seen countless of people that have just suffered because there is no provision, there is no help, or there is nothing they can run to, or that can show them the way to navigate themselves out of the situation. So I'm just wanting to know what plan you have, because even if you don't have a plan, I'm telling you, you should start a plan now. You should start a plan now. So what plan are you making for a kind of constitutional provision for those who are in family crisis? Maybe they are experiencing divorce, or maybe they are experiencing property sharing and all the, these are the issues that we usually have, or maybe land sharing. What effort can you possibly make to assist those who are in such condition so that they can have access to what the Nigerian Constitution says concerning family property, family whatever, so that this thing is accessible, not only available. It's always available, but the one thing is for one thing to be available, another thing is for it to be accessible. So what can you possibly do to make these things available in Yoruba and then accessible to these people that truly needs it?
Thank you very much. So when I saw that question, I'm like, Pastor making me to be making the big announcement in this podcast. But like you said, you will be maybe the fifth person, that will be saying that even if you don't have a plan, I'm telling you now. I remember it was my friend, Akinyoju, when that video came out, said, girl, this is 2026.
Yeah.
2026. You just go and have to develop something. So I'm like, I just gave an interview. Said, no. This is 2026. I said, okay, I'll look into it. I'll see it. Not knowing that my boss also said, I've told you. This is a market. Now, this Yoruba market
is really
huge. I said, okay, I was coming to see him, whatever, or how I'm going to go about it. Excuse me, you already have work now. Put on ring light. Is that not what people do these days? You put on ring light. If I'm going to do this, it has to be, So let me say that, yes. Even prior to that interview, like I said, I just crisscross this thing and God just say, go back there. This is where you're supposed to be. I remember in 2018, I had a series on African magic. That was in Yoruba. And the theme was Mo Etore, Know Your Right. And we were always expounding different constitutional provisions as it relates to family and also relates to fundamental human rights. So that series, I think, ran for about a year. And then how it even fizzled out, I did not even know. Somehow, it just stopped. So BBC got my contact because they saw one
Serious.
that clip that I myself totally forgot. So in their search on YouTube, that video popped up. They said they needed to get this person. They were not led to me by anything. They now started searching me online. They now got to my Facebook, to my Instagram page, Family Laws NG. And that was how they were able to. So when God is in the midst of something,
exactly.
Yeah, look at that orchestration. So they located me via that, requested for an interview. I'm like, and I said, it's something you've done before. We saw your clinic. I even remembered. And I went to go and look who was my director at that time. I mean, how far with these things? I won't buy I just got busy with litigation at that time. So I think it just frizzled out by reason of work and all that. So by the grace of God, we are going back to that series. Presently, we are speaking with different TV and radio stations. See how we can get slots. Once we are able to do this, sort that out. We record different series, and then be able to have it. So yes, I'm working on that. I know definitely is a calling because I've worked with different government parastatals in reviewing our marital laws in the country. We have made proposals to the House of Assembly for reviews of some provisions so that it can protect in the extended family, because that is the culture that we have that is prevalent. So it could protect, parties in that customary kind of marriage when we have issues of administration of estate. So all of these and more issues are what we are going to be getting into when the program starts off. And by the grace of God, before the middle of 2026, I trust God that He will have opened doors for us where necessary, and then He will start airing the program. So whether it's going to be a Metore again or something else, my producer and all of them, they are into that discussion. But yes, I'm giving a peripheral announcement now that we are getting into that Yoruba content, as it has to deal with constitutional rights for administration of estates, for extended family in customary marriage settings, to know what they are entitled to and how things can be carried on. We're going to have that content come online in 2026 by the grace of God.
Wow, that's amazing. I'll look forward to that too myself and see how that pans out. Now, I know you've shared some very, very personal story on this podcast, and I know that they're very personal, and for some of us too, we've also have our own share of, not exactly the same, but we've had different dimension of that kind of experience. And I'm just particularly sad myself that during that difficult time of yours, I wasn't available.
Now, Victor was available. He was in support at the time. Victor,
I wasn't aware. I wasn't available, so I could have provided some support that I could have been able to do. But then I was just locked up in my own little corner, just trying to relaunch myself too, trying to pursue my graduate study at Boston University. But I'm happy that you've been able to overcome it, and then another season has been ushered into your life. I just want to ask this question. Is your glass of water half empty or half full?
Half full. I cannot think of emptiness.
Mm.
I cannot think of emptiness because it's more clearer than ever what the future holds. So the confidence of being filled, continuously filled is there. So there's no space to consider or see emptiness or whether emptiness even existed or exists now. I doubt it.
That's amazing. I know at this point, it is gratitude that should be your song. Just grateful for everything, irrespective of what has happened. It's just to be grateful. Somebody, Neil deGrasse Tyson, is an astrophysicist. He made a very funny joke recently, and he was saying, I want to solve the problem of whether your cup of water is half empty or half full. I want to solve the problem right now. If you are pouring the water that is full, and then you are kind of taking the water away, then it means that your cup is half empty. But if you are just pouring the water and then the water is gradually gaining volume, then it means your cup is half full. It's just a perspective. I've tried to look at that question. Everything boils down to your perspective. It's just your perspective. For some people, they may look at life and say, my cup of water is half empty. And if you really look at what is going on in their life, it might not really be far from the truth. But for some other people, the answer could just be, it is half full. Just like you said, it is half full. Everything.
You keep growing.
Yeah, everything is just based on your perspective. And for me, the way to look at the whole thing is just to express gratitude. Whether it is half empty or half full, just be grateful.
Yes, that you are still alive.
Exactly.
One thing that occurred to me, which I would like to share, is that we take life with levity, being alive. But when you hear what has taken people off, you would know that really God has interest in you. You will know that the life that you live is not by chance. It's because God has interest in you. So I have come to appreciate being alive more and to understand that it is not by chance. It's not a given that when you sleep, you will wake up. It is not a given. It is because God has, we just assume that Afelosu, Odarola. What tells you? Who told you that you will make the money? So that we wake up, he says again, God has interest in you. And I came about that because between 2023 and 2024, all manner of deaths that I experienced. Close to me, that I heard of, I just know that, the life that we now live, that we have, is because God has interest. It's not because of anything. I lost my sister, another of my sister in 2024. And this is somebody that we have shared the testimony of God's healing. And just when we thought that she had killed it,
Mm.
She just left like that.
Mm.
I lost an
Those
aunt
are
last
those
year.
are the difficult things to explain about
I
life.
lost an aunt last year who was never ill.
Mm.
Never. You never hear that my auntie was sick. No. And just the very first time that I heard she was sick, while still in the presence of sick ke, that was it. I just know that. And then when you read online, this one's dead, this one is dead, you just wonder. I mean, life is not cheap. Oh, that we still have it is because, and then you look at the things that you have passed through that ought to have killed you.
Mm.
That ought to have killed. When somebody look at you right in the face and say that, oh, lekadu.
Mm. Mm.
I looked at it like, are you God?
Mm.
I've never prayed like that. I said, God, it is you. Oh. Can somebody look at me and say that? Me lekadu kí mo gbà lọ́wọ́ ẹ?
Mm.
And throughout that year, God now made sure that I didn't have to use paracetamol.
Mm.
Not once was I that maybe small malaria, let me use. No.
Mm.
So it is so humbling
Mm.
and exciting to know that sincerely God is interested
Mm.
in our life. And I encourage everybody, please appreciate God.
Mm.
Always be full of gratitude. Because if it were for the devil's plan or the people that don't even know God, you will not be where you are. But God is interested in you, He's keeping His promises over you, and that is why life is not giving you. If you sleep and you don't wake up, who's going to question God? We have seen people who have died from spiritual attacks, unexplainable deaths.
Mm.
They were not sick, they were not anything. They didn't slump.
Mm.
In actual fact, a colleague died because the other was so sure of her health and everything. They did an autopsy.
Mm.
That no, he wanted to know why. What is the cause of death?
Mm.
She did not slump. She's not an attack patient. She's not this. She's they did the autopsy. Nothing. They said that spine, everything was clean and all of that.
Mm.
So what do we attribute to that?
Mm.
So life is I won't say it's short, but it's not giving. So when you wake up every day, you pass through things, you come out, you're safe, you're alive, just know that there's something about you. God is interested in you.
Mm. So one last question. Well, I've known you for well over 26 years now. Yeah, maybe 26, 27 years. And I've seen part of your spiritual journey, and I know that you have even grown beyond how and what I used to know about you. But I just want to know, for my own sake and for the sake of other people that are listening to us, how do you practice self-reflection?
I've made it an habit I don't except for this year that I'm stepping into, that I think is beginning to change some things. I don't go out on Mondays.
Mm.
It has become such a practice.
A ritual.
Yes. My Mondays are always quiet by myself, not even to review work or anything. It's just to be by myself.
Be with yourself.
I don't go out on Mondays. And that's how I self-reflect. When I feel that I'm choked with work, sometimes I just pack my bag and I check into an hotel and spend days there. Because I've realized that I need to continually be in tune with myself. So I don't joke with it. I don't go out on Mondays so that I keep it on a consistent level. But also I schedule time that I use to seek the face of God, fast and pray and just not do anything work. It's not because I want to. No, I shut down my system. Sit with myself, think, write, review my thought book, look at instructions that I've taken before. Have I carried them out? I've carried them out. What are the results? What am I leaving out? That's how I live life for. So somebody said to me, I think it was about 2 years ago, that your life is too planned. You live too much of a planned life. I'm like, I don't understand you. Your whole life, is it not planned? Do you live any? Yeah,
Well, some people live anyhow life. It's not everybody that is planning their life.
So when he said that, it looked strange to me that
It looks strange.
Yeah, do you just wake up and just He said, no, that was saying is that if they say this, I will say no, this is what I do. If they say this, I will say no, I do this. He said,
Oh my God.
You live in the same precipice of what you know that is working for you. I don't like crowd. In fact, I don't go to open markets. That's how much I don't like crowded places. So I take time to spend time with myself, reflect. It's not to some people, they say they don't do this because they want to go through their reports. No. Just sit down with myself, reflect, review again. So I do that on Mondays. But since we entered in 2026, I've been busier than the busiest. So my Mondays, but I always find time.
I know we were supposed to do this earlier than this, but
I know when I'm getting to a burnout, you feel dry spiritually, then your mind, there's a fog. You no longer able to think clearly. Once I'm nearing that point, I take myself back inside, shut the phones. Just sometimes it could be that I'm even exhausted. I sleep. From that sleep, I'm refreshed, from inside. And then I wake up. I have a note, a jotter. I go about even my phone. Thank God for Samsung Notes. So I write down a lot. I don't know if but I think out loud. I speak out my thoughts, sometimes. But I never walk away from myself too much. So I write things down. I review them. I think through scriptures now. I don't just read just so that I can have them in my archive now. When I read the scripture, I think through them, see how applicable, review again, ask the Holy Spirit questions,
Okay. Let me work on that one.
Yeah.
It is Nigeria that is happening to
God will help us. We can understand.
Everybody in this house decide to come this today. Leave me alone here.
We can understand. Okay.
I'm sure we're rounding up.
Yeah, we're rounding up. It's just so close.
Oh yeah. Let me cut it off.
Yeah. So just conclude what you were saying.
Yeah, so I said that I self-reflect by spending time with myself.
Yeah.
And pray through, read, I write down my thoughts, I speak out my thoughts, I converse with myself. I don't know whether some people say that thing is not good. But I feel that when the Holy Spirit drops ideas in your mind, if you have him in your spirit, you speak together now.
Yeah.
So I always find time. I ensure that I don't get a burnout. When I towards a burnout, I pack my bags and look for somewhere that is, that I can be personal with myself and just take time. I write things down a lot. I journal a lot, so it helps me to review growth. Look at where I was, what things I've thought about, what steps I've taken, results of such steps. whether I actually thought right, whether my thoughts were in alignment, whether I'm the one speaking to myself or there are directions from God, So in such places is where I judge myself. Since it's me, myself, and the Holy Spirit,
Yeah.
we are able to be a judge of truth and say that or this is me leading you there. Sometimes it brings me to a point of repentance. Some things that the Holy Spirit convicts me of, that you ought not to have done this here, you ought not to have done this. I take time out, do deep praying, deep thinking, and always come out refreshed, refired, with an open mind, energized in the spirit. And it's self-reflection is I'll have it now. It's a part and parcel of me. That's what I want to say.
Thank you very much, Sister Atinuke Wonder. I want to sincerely appreciate you for taking time out to join me in this podcast. I would say, I'm tempted to say that this is the best podcast I've ever had because right from the beginning to the end, it was just amazing, and every aspect of the podcast have been very loaded. So I just want to thank you, and to always note that every day of my life, I always have you and Titi Akindele in mind. Both of you have done an
Titi she doesn't do Facebook.
I know she doesn't do. I know she doesn't do all those stuff, but never. Occasionally we contact one another, but I just want you, of course, if she comes across this, so I just want both of you to know that both of you have a place in my heart that can never be erased.
Thank you, sir.
So I just want to thank you for taking time to join me in this podcast. I hope to talk to you some other time to have another exciting podcast with you.
Thank you, sir.
I want to say bye-bye.
Yeah, my regards to the family.
I will.
Thank you so much.
Yes, sir. I will get back to you on the phone sometimes later to discuss.
All right, sir. All right, sir. My pleasure it is. Thank you so much. God bless you, sir. Bye.
Bye-bye.